Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maria. This is another video about Zurich and Switzerland in general. I get so many questions about money and how much I spend here and how much my rent is, how much my monthly budget is. So I decided to make this video. It's a what I spend in a week. I filmed throughout my day and especially whenever I was spending money, like paying for things. You'll get to see like an overview of my week and what I spend. For some context, I am a bachelor's student. I work as a teaching assistant, but the teaching assistants spend like 7 to 8 hours working per week. It's not enough money to like fully depend on the teaching assistant job. My parents support me financially and my parents pay for my main costs and my main budget, so yeah, I'm very grateful to them and they know it. But I also have this teaching assistant job so that I can be more flexible with like things that I want to buy for myself, like a coffee or like a trip or clothes or something like that, so that my parents only have to pay for like my rent, my education and my food. So let's get into the video. I started off the week with a lecture on Zoom and then I spent the day at home studying and later attending a meeting for work. In the evening I went out to do the grocery shopping for the week. I usually go to Lidl for my groceries because it's cheaper than the other big supermarkets. And this time I spent 30.35 francs for dishcloths, grapes, cherry tomatoes, 1 bell pepper, onions, hummus, bananas, bread, pita bread, a cucumber, salad, chicken and tomato paste. And then I had dinner at home. On Tuesday morning, I watched the lecture and then I went to play tennis. I usually bike there when the weather is good. On that day, it started raining on the way back, unfortunately. I have an annual subscription for the city bikes and that way I save up on public transportation. I studied at home and watched lectures for the rest of the day. On Wednesday, I had the lecture in the morning and then I had to go to a workshop at ETH and I stayed there to study. Later, I had dinner in the Mensa and after that, I went to another supermarket to get some things that I didn't find in Lidl. The dry shampoo costs normally $7.95, but I got a discount due to my membership card, I don't know. So I ended up spending around 3 francs and I also bought some broccoli and garlic for 2.80. On Thursdays, I teach my class in the morning and after that I had to go pick up the keys for the workshop, which was a very proud moment for me. Then I had lunch at home and later I went back to uni to work on a group project. We took a coffee break because the weather was so nice that day. And later I went to the gym, which is included to our student fees. Then I cooked dinner at home and usually whenever I cook home I save up a portion for the next day. Friday started out with another lecture in the morning and then I brought my lunch to uni and ate with my friends. Later I went to study at Starbucks just to calm down my inner basic white bitch. And to be honest, Starbucks is not worth it. It's too expensive, but I had to go somewhere else to study other than ETH and home. After studying there, I had to do a very late college haul that I've been postponing. And I got a toothbrush, a binder, 2 folders, 2 small canvases, and this basket for 21.17. For dinner, I had the leftovers from the previous day, and then we went to the ETH bar for beer and teach. After having breakfast at home on Saturday, I went out to meet a friend. On that day, I had to get a tram ticket for the whole day because I was planning to visit a friend later at night who lives a bit far away. So I got a 4-zone 24-hour train ticket for 880. We went to study with my friend at a cafe, and I got the matcha latte for 650. Also, it was my first time trying out matcha latte, and I love it. Later, we got lunch for 690 through an app called Too Good To Go. Stay tuned, because I'll talk later about this app. Not sponsored, I wish, but yeah, let's go on. Before going to my friend's place for our board game night, I passed by Lidl to get something to drink and eggs, because I had run out of them, and chocolate, because I was craving some. And these cost 9.05. Last but not least, on Sunday I spent the day at home studying and cooking, and at night we played tennis in this balloon court, which costs a bit more. That's why we were playing doubles. That gets us to a total of my weekly costs of 123.22 francs, and some recurring costs like my rent, my phone subscription, my bike subscription that I talked about, the ETH fees, and the halp tax is like a card for the public transportation. These recurring costs come up to 255.08 francs, and then we have a weekly total of 378.30 francs. Yeah. So that's actually in budget. Just keep in mind that some weeks I spend more, some other weeks I spend less than that. For example, this week I bought a basket and some other things that I'm not actually buying each and every week. So yeah, around the week I spend money on like coffee or eating out, which you can, of course, you can avoid spending this kind of money. But the thing is, in the first year of school here, I was really trying to save money, and I was cutting down on a lot of things, and I feel like going out with a friend for food or going to a cafe to study is like something that I really enjoy, and it's very important for me that I do things outside of university and like switch up things, because otherwise I'm going crazy. I feel like what I spend here, it's a very realistic amount of money. Some people would spend more, some people would spend less, but keep in mind that I'm a student. Student life here is generally more expensive than in other countries, but also students here, European students for example, we don't have to pay for a health insurance, so this is like around 100 to 200 euros per month that I save. Okay, so now let's talk about some tips that I have for you guys in order to save. On Saturday I went out and with a friend to a cafe to study, and then we got lunch through an app. This app is called Too Good To Go, and it's basically an app that saves up food. It fights against food waste. So how it works is you log into the app and you see at what time you can collect your lunch or dinner from a specific store or restaurant or like grocery store or like a cafe. You can choose whatever you want. There's like a huge variety of stores. At the end of the day, whatever's left in the restaurant, you can collect it, and it's like 1/3 of the price of the whole meal, which is such a steal, especially for food here. Food here costs a lot. The only bad side is that you can't really choose what you're getting, but you can always like see if it's vegetarian friendly or vegan friendly and stuff like that. But I really love this because I love trying out food in different places and different cuisines, so I get to try out food from different places for cheaper, which is great, and I don't really care about what I'm getting. Also, I prefer to do my grocery shopping in like cheaper grocery stores like Aldi or Lidl. Prices there are so much lower than Coop or Migros or like the bigger Swiss supermarkets. I usually do my shopping there, my weekly grocery shopping, but sometimes some things are out of stock or they're not selling some things. Like this week I got a dry shampoo, or sometimes I want to get vegan yogurt or stuff like that. Yeah, like these specific things you can't find them in like the cheaper grocery stores, so for those things I sometimes go to the Coop or the Migros. Also for my apartment, I got very lucky with my apartment because it's a 1-bedroom apartment and I pay 800 monthly rent, which to some of you outside of Switzerland it might sound like a lot, but actually in Switzerland for a 1-bedroom apartment it's a very good price, and it includes electricity and gas, like gas for the Heizung, the heater. I don't know I think that's it. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you have more questions about like my budget, other things, please leave them in the comments below. Also, I've done a Q&A where I talk about some of your questions around budget and part-time jobs for students and stuff like that, so please make sure to check it out because I usually receive the same questions that I've already answered. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye!